I love you. And she goes, "Are any of you joining in the festivities tomorrow?"
Of course.
What?
We joined any alcohol.
She laughs and goes, "I assumed as much. Are any of you entering the tournament we've set up?"
There's a tournament.
Tournament.
And she goes, "Oh, did you not tell them in your message?" She says to Simon.
Simon.
And he goes,
Can I just say that he was terrible at portraying why we were coming here?
He's always been a secretive boy.
Has he now?
He barely says a word.
Well,
and he loves bacon.
That's true.
That is true.
Ryan, speaking behind me here.
I'm
still in the room.
Come and join the conversation whenever you want.
There,
He's literally just stood there going, "God, these people talking about me all the time."
It's just all the way over there.
I'm going to my room.
It's tradition. No, patron, carry on. Come on, don't be like that. Come on, let's join in the conversation.
Yeah, come on, Patrick. Don't be a child.
And at this point, one of the servants, the human one, has come in through the door, and he's got a tray of red wine.
Dodge
you each glass.
Okay, that's alright. Yeah,
I reckon I only have one.
No, it's a celebration.
Tell me how it tastes, and I might make it.
We're
better.
celebrating our son coming back home, as well as the wedding.
Can Lord Pavel do a little dance? He looks like he's about to dance with his cane and his top hat.
Singing in the rain.
That's a greeting. Don't know what you're talking about. Is permanent greeting stance. Yeah. Okay, so can I smell the drink? Is it wine? You said.
Yeah.
Okay, what does it smell like?
Cherries and berries.
Congratulations.
It looks like a relatively deep. If you want to do wine console, it looks like quite a deep red wine, and if you test it, it's got quite good legs. And
oh, here we go.
Okay, yeah. Can I smell the money that was used to buy it?
It does seem like a relatively expensive.
What do you mean, Adrian? It's grown from their vineyard.
Do they have a vineyard?
I wish we had a vineyard.
You don't have a vineyard? What?
The climate's not fantastic for grapes.
Up in the mountains and all.
Yes. Well, we run a mining and company, so.
Does it smell fruity or does it smell like alcohol?
A combination of both, I guess. It's kind of fruity.
That's good. That's you want to balance.
I'm going to make Adran's taste more fruity just so he gets smashed quicker.
Oh, do it. Do it.
No, I was saying that in character. That's what I am doing.
Yeah.
Do it. I'm just going to hand it over and go, "Hey, here you go." Cheers, bro.
So he goes, "So will any of you be joining the tournament?
Yes,
we've got one-on-ones or pairs."
Ooh, interesting.
Is this against each other, or is it other people entering?
Oh, it's a tradition around here that before a large noble wedding of joining of houses, we have a tournament. So it's just going to be fighting, first to submit or get knocked out of a ring.
What's the prize pool?
The prize
honor.
Primarily, the nobles don't think it's a bit gauche to fight over money, but I'm sure if you win, you might be able to get a sponsor from one of the nobles. They might be able to throw some money your way.
That sounds interesting.
That might be able to help us, yeah.
What do you think?
Who are you whispering to?
Brackets. I'll stand next to you, buddy.
He walks up to you and whispers, "I think it's a good idea."
Oh, dear. Oh, I appreciate that.
Count me in.
Singles or doubles?
Everyone else, you gonna join?
I'm gonna back out because I'm not a melee fighter.
Yeah, he goes, "I don't think it's wise for you to join the martial combat."
Okay.
You've got auto hits.
Don't worry about it though. You can sit in my box and we'll share some whiskey.
Oh no!
I like
best
Simon.
mate. Best mate.
Wait, if I
Going on here?
enter as a double, does that mean me and Logan, or
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting.
He goes, well, double tends to be 2 humanoid people, but I'm sure they'll. I'm running the event. I'll allow it.
I'll join. I'll join.
Eccentric, isn't he?
Adrian want to team up?
I mean, you may already have a partner, buddy. I don't know. It depends on what Patron's doing. If Patron's joining or not.
Are you gonna join, or are you gonna try and get to know your brother and sister since you've been gone?
Yeah, I can't
Patron's
find
OP,
everybody.
not allowed.
He's got a brother as well.
You gotta find everybody.
It's the new brother.
No, not his new brother.
No, an actual
Not-
brother.
Not so, Grendel. Dan.
Oh, come on. No. I'm going.
Yes. I would also like to meet these people.
No.
I would also like to meet these people.
Does he
Where's
have
my
Does he
If
have
of course you would permit.
Where's my bro?
Does he have
Dan-
blue lights under his cart?
He goes, your brother Daniel is currently doing bookkeeping for the company. He's rather diligent these days. He knows you're coming, so we'll send a messenger to let him know. But he should be by this evening. He should
You
turn
can
up
tell
at some
this is
point.
a game, can't you?
Okay. Right.
Should we go to the dining hall and relax in there for the remainder of the evening?
After you, Patron.
I was about to say we can't go to the games room and entertain ourselves.
Yeah, sure.
The games room?
The games room.
Yeah, if you wish to play games with your friends, then you're more than welcome. So, unfortunately, me and your mother have things we need to sort out for this wedding and this tournament. So, if you do not mind, we'll be excusing ourselves for now.
I'll see you later.
We shall see you later. It is
Meet you back.
very good to see you again. And he gives you another hug. And he says, it's been a pleasure meeting you all.
We're getting together for dinner.
You both.
He goes, I do not know if we'll be about for dinner, but we'll try our hardest.
Okay, dokie.
He goes, okay. She also does a little curtsy and said, it's a pleasure to meet all of you.
I'll bow back.
Yeah, I'll follow Adran's lead.
And they go on their way.
I'm not very comfortable, Adran.
I'll be honest with you. I don't really like nobles.
Just if anyone wants to know, this is what it looks like on the shield. The 5
Oh.
trees.
See, that's what I
Wait.
did come over here and go, what the fuck is this?
Okay.
Is that his coat of arms?
Yeah.
That is a coat of arms.
Yeah, you can get that from contact. They've got a
I'm
huge
writing it down
statue.
because he's secretive.
That is true. Do you guys have a library?
We have a relatively rudimental library. None of us are particular scholars, so it's mostly fiction or just tales of old.
Sorry, what's your name?
It's
Goster.
Gostock.
He hadn't told us, Jasper.
Yeah, he was in character.
But he
Actually,
he did win his cat.
make a quick. If you, I'm going to give it to you, Ed, because you asked him. Make a quick perception check when you talk to him.
I'm a little bit worried.
Whenever he does things like this, I'm always worried as well.
No one's rolled a d20 yet. I've got to make someone do it.
Why is it always me?
You don't notice anything particular. He seems to be holding himself quite well.
Are we talking like? By the way, I don't know this evidently, but I mean, for Baraka's view, when you say he's holding himself quite well, you mean like upright, or do you mean that he's like?
Yeah,
You know,
he's holding himself
he's
upright,
well-
and he seems to be quite muscular for a butler at the very least. Oh, are you both talking to him?
I mean, I was sort of like half involved with the conversation, but Barakas is the one doing the check.
Does this mean he
Yeah.
fights in the tournament? We're not meant to know that, are we?
I mean,
you
you're
asked him.
okay, right. Let's set the scene because we just kind of jumped into this. We're just gonna use this because I don't have a games room made. But you are playing you're playing various games in the games room. they've got cards and dice, but they've also got much more larger games like rudimentary bowls and like Skittles and stuff like that.
I mean, get me that Skittles, boy. Get the spin going on.
And
Bowling!
Gostock is watching over you as you do this. He's just waiting at the door in case anyone has any requests.
Right. Okay.
And I'm guessing you sidled up to him whilst others are playing some of the games.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I mean, I did
So
ask about the
how-
library, but.
Oh yeah, if you actually you did roll. Yeah, I'll let you roll a d20.
Oh,
Sorry, I
managed,
forgot that's how-
managed to talk myself into that then.
Yeah. No. You legitimately reminded me that you did ask that. Like you were the one who initiated the conversation. Well, no, you weren't, but you were there involved, so you can roll this d20. Your perception's quite good, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's like +4 or something.
+5.
Oh, +5. There you go.
Jeez.
Yeah, you notice at the edge of his sleeves, underneath, you notice there's some tattoos which extend slightly beyond, but only just barely. You can also notice on his collar a similar thing happening, where the edge of some tattoos.
I take it I can't make out what these tattoos are from the. bits that I'm
Unfortunately,
saying.
it's just their edges. He's concealed them incredibly well. It's only through quite a good check that you managed to notice them.
Okay. I want to sort of like be a bit sly about this.
You can wait for a moment where everyone else is just playing different games and sidle up to him.
Yeah, if that's all right. I mean,
what is
the main question I'm going to ask is: so, have you always worked for this family?
This has been a venture in my late life. I've done other things in my lifetime.
What did you
were
do
you-
before?
Yeah, I was about to say, what did you do before? Like, were you an adventurer?
I wasn't so much an adventurer. He's not being subtle about this. Even though you were being sly, he's just being quite brazen. So anyone in the room can hear them. And
Sure.
you probably know this from the past anyway, Patron. But he goes, I used to be a monk. I used to study at the monastery up in Pav. From Pav to Pavel. That's my route in life.
Oh, right. Huh.
He takes off his jacket
Yeah.
and undoes the shirt buttons like on his arm.
Yeah.
And pulls it back, and you can see kind of swirling deep black tattoos and with elvish writing written alongside it.
Ooh. Can you give me an interpretation of what that is? Like, if you want to just message me or whatever, then that's fine.
As long as everyone else can roleplay, I'm fine just telling you. So you guys don't know what this says.
I ain't got a clue about most writing, so.
That's fine. But like, since it's Elvish and I'm
it's Elvish. It just meant it's about dedicating yourself to the martial arts. Is
Right.
some of its scripture. It's about freeing yourself from light and freeing yourself from your body and becoming transient in the world as well.
freeing yourself from light. That's an interesting phrase.
Mm.
Well, these are interesting markings.
He goes, yes, everyone who's studied the way of shadow will have similar tattoos.
Ah, yes. I did hear that was one path for a monk to go down. Referring to the other monk that we faced a while back, by the way.
Yes,
Because he was also the same.
Yeah, he also had these elvish tattoos. They're almost identical.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, when you said shadow, I immediately thought of that massive shadow thing, that like
Shadow
a dome. No, he cast like was it like a shadow step, or did he?
He cast darkness and engulfed everyone in darkness. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say more like a dome of darkness, and then he could just like move about freely in it until the next attack.
Goes.
Yeah, I don't mind telling him that we've seen some of these before. So
He goes. Who did you meet?
unfortunately, it wasn't a savoury type that had these, but they are interesting markings,
What's his name
especially these Elvis.
I don't think you ever got his name.
What, the bandit leader?
Yeah, you fought him before you could ask him anything.
I'm pretty sure you gave him a name.
I'm pretty sure I did.
You cut off his head before we got a chance to. Woody now is a necromancer and you can make the head talk.
I have to go back to the YouTube videos and find his name.
That's true. That's true.
Unless you have eidetic memory, which I'm pretty sure your character doesn't.
Yeah.
Not very incubating.
No.
But he goes, unfortunately, just because someone spends their life studying a martial art does not mean they're a reputable person. So
no, of course.
It does not surprise me.
Mm. Yes, but I'm very interested about the elvish markings.
He goes, the original creator of this style was an elf. And he secluded himself in the mountains, and we study his work and read his teachings.
That is interesting for an elf to do that, because they're usually like either around cities or in forest.
He felt that by excluding himself from his familiar surroundings, he could truly embrace the unknown and the dark as such.
Is it hard to learn any monk skills?
It takes dedication, but if you put your mind to it...
Bye, Jim.
Yeah, try and join. Try and rejoin whenever you can.
You know what happened? Oh, it fucking annoys me. I don't understand why. My Xbox comes on its own, and then my monitor auto switches, and then
Oh, you've told us this in the past.
the game crashed.
Can you rejoin and I'll carry on listening, Jim?
Yeah,
And,
I'm listening.
Yeah, okay.
Look, why does it come on its own?
I don't know, you set it like that probably.
I didn't.
Well,
I
anyway.
checked the settings.
Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So he
Takes many years.
he takes you. I'm just gonna tell you mechanically. If you have a monk who can teach you, it would just be, instead of leveling up as a fighter, you could level up as a monk instead. It takes like a level's amount of effort to be a monk.
Right. Okay.
If you want a multi-class.
I mean, probably not yet, but like monk probably would suit my style in a way, but it's a bit more strength based rather than finesse based. So. I'm just generally interested about other classes. That's all.
Yeah.
That is good to know about the multi-classing thing.
As you need someone to teach you. That's how I'm running my game at the very least. You have at the moment, I'd say 2 teachers who you've met.
2 teachers.
Of certain classes.
Okay, I think I know who the second one is, or maybe whereabouts the second one is.
Go on.
I believe it's back in the fishing town.
I'm not going to say, but...
Well, yeah, there's no point in asking if you're not going to tell me.
Yeah. So, as you're having this conversation, the door opens, and a familiar face walks in. It's Dan. He's very small, apparently. Let's make him a bit bigger.
You should have left him as being tiny. You should have left him as being tiny and, the cuter brother.
Who's this dude?
He goes, brother, you're finally home. And
He's almost tall. Look at him, he's massive.
Puts his hand up for your high five that you did a lot when you were a kid.
Oh my god.
Yes, I see it.
Are you going to introduce us, Patrick?
This is Daniel, my brother.
He goes to you, Patrick. Now, who are these people?
Work colleagues.
He goes, it's unusual you just bring work colleagues to a wedding. Are you sure they're not your friends? He says.
Associates.
It's fine. I'm kind of used to it by now.
He goes, well, irrelevant of what you are to him, it's a pleasure to meet you all.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
He goes, are you in town for long? Just for the wedding, or are you going to stay for a while after? We've missed you.
Depends on what Sir Patron says.
I don't know what the plans are. Have you, my friend?
I
know we're sticking around for the wedding, but
we'd like to participate in the tournament. I don't know if that's happening before, during, or after the wedding.
The tournament will be happening tomorrow, so before the wedding.
Yeah.
Oh.
Get ready, boys.
Are you participating?
Yes, we'd like to.
Which rounds are you participating in?
hopefully the doubles, I think.
Are you participating, boy?
Because I never really took the sword up.
Wow. Samson, mind
Rob.
your language.
Rob,
Are you more of a spellcaster type?
I'm more of a bookkeeping type.
Oh, I see.
I've immersed myself in commerce. I'm hoping to take over at least part of the family business.
You may not have the spellcasting, but you definitely have the intelligence.
the smart
He
one.
goes.
I'm a spellcaster and I don't have the fucking intelligence.
He says, if you say the smart one, he says you do a disservice to our sister. She's smarter than either of us.
Oh dear.
Sister.
Nick's come.
You're.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
He goes, yeah, you do a disservice to our sister. She's smarter than either of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Within it, look, she's prettier than Patron.
He goes, so you just relaxing in the game room for now? Do you mind if I join you?
I don't mind.
Can
We
do.
were listening to a story from Gostock and just basically getting to know each other.
Yeah, he's a good man, he says, and Gastock says, you're very kind, sir.
That was a mixture of Gaston and Gostock.
Yeah, Gostock. Gastock.
Gastock.
During your game, as you carry on in the evening,